Hey there, Kirk McDowell here with Contribution Selling, and I'm answering the question today: what is retail sales training? I'll just start with the most simple answer possible. So, retail sales training would be sales training designed to have an individual be successful in a retail environment. So, just to take half a minute to break it down, retail environment is where you're at a store, basically, and people are coming to you. Maybe it's a clothes store or a hardware store or a Apple store or whatever, right? And people are coming to your location to get information about or purchase or find out something about whatever product you have at that location. So that's retail, right? So a sales training program for retail sales would be a training program to assist you in being effective in that retail environment. So let's just break that down for half a minute. So the qualities of a retail sales environment. By the way, I'm a professional sales trainer. You can find out a lot about me at contributionselling.com or kirkmcdowell.com. Retail. The quality about retail is people are walking in and they know they want to purchase something or they know they want to find out some information like how much does it cost? Do you have it in stock? Does it come in red? Do you have this option or that option, right? And so people are coming in. Now, the people that are coming in are expecting to speak to a salesperson, right? And if you're not aware of this now, let me just get you prepared, right? That's not the top of most people's list. Like, let me go spend an hour with a salesperson. That's not how that is organized for most people, right? For most people, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to speak to a salesperson. I just want to go in and get the thing, and I have to talk to this person, or I just want to get some basic information. I'm going to have to go and interact with this person. They're going to, try to sell me or lie to me or tell me how great I look. Oh, that dress looks so great on you. I mean, really, come on. So all that, right? And people, understand that that's kind of like a necessary evil to go in and find the item or items that they want or get the information that they want, right? So that's the setup. Now, probably if you're a retail salesperson, you're aware of this. And if you weren't aware of it before day one, you're starting to get a sense of it as you kind of get started, right? People are coming in a little bit defensive, a little bit cranky. They're looking for something. You offer assistance from the bottom of your heart. And the answer is, no, I'm good, just looking with a hand up and like, don't come near me, right? And so if you want to be successful in retail sales, you're going to need to find a way to kind of pierce that some way, right? To rise above the automatic, unconscious resistance to being in that environment, right? The resistance of, oh my gosh, now I've got to go to the store, which they probably don't want to do in the first place, right? Even going to a retail location is an inconvenience for a lot of people, right? And so there's that. There was traffic, difficulty parking. It was too hot, too cold. It was too sunny. It was rainy, whatever, right? Snowing, whatever. And then they walk in and boom, there you are. You're now the third or fourth or fifth obstacle in their way to get something or get some information or something like that, right? So that's kind of the setup. And then conversely, once you've been exposed to this sort of negative energy a few times, like people obviously lying to you, they're looking for something, you ask them for if you can help them, and you get the hand up, no, I'm good, please don't bother me, right? And so that's going to impact you, and that's going to impact your energy, and that's going to start to impact your approach, especially if you're not conscious about the whole thing, right? So, you show up for first few days and you're all wide-eyed, enthusiastic, can't wait to help people find what they're looking for. And one by one, people walk in and nah, or if you're talking to them, trying to provide the best service you can, and they're just like defensive and whatever, just trying to get away from you because in your eyes, you're the silver-tongued sales devil, if you will, right? So what do you do about all that, right? So you have to you have to offer something that's other than that negative script that's sort of inherited, right? So if you're a salesperson in a retail environment, there's this narrative, there's this negative script of, you're there to kind of get people to do something they don't want to do necessarily and do it today and, buy the extra the hat with the dress or the extra set of tires with the vehicle or whatever, right? Not the best examples, but you know what I mean. upsell, if you will. So, you um, and so you have to find a way to step outside the narrative and have people kind of take you in and go, oh, well, that's different than what I was expecting, right? You know, so there are probably a lot of. I'm not a retail sales trainer per se, retail per se, right? My background more is in business to business and business to consumer, B2C, B2B, medical, consulting, sales, that kind of thing. Not so much retail, but principles are all the same, right? So there's this negative situation, frankly, that you're in. You're kind of starting from below zero in every interaction most of the time, right? Somebody comes in, they're already cranky and impatient. They've already decided you're kind of the enemy or the opposition. You show up, and either you're wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, trying to do the best you can, and you're kind of getting dumped on by the negative energy and the negative narrative, or you've kind of gotten sophisticated, right? And now you're kind of cool and aloof, which just kind of exacerbates the problem, right? The other complaint that people have, right? So you can't win really, because the other complaint people have is, I walked in and nobody said hello to me. And if you said hello to them as soon as they walked in, it would be, I walked in and they just pounced on me, right? So you're kind of squeezed in between a rock and a hard place. Now the advantage that you have is that you actually have the information. You actually do need to interact with them at some point, right? They'll need to purchase it from you. They'll need you have you go get it or try different sizes or whatever, right? So you're going to be in the mix, right? But the point is, do you want to be in I'm going to call it a relationship, because for those few moments, those few minutes, that hour or two, it is a relationship, right? They're there, you're relating to one another in some way, either in standoffish or complete cooperation, but it's a relationship at this point. Welcome, right? So in this relationship, it's either going to be kind of adversarial or in partnership. Right. And you've got to figure out a way. It's already adversarial. 9 times out of 10, it's already adversarial because they've decided you're the opposition. You've decided they're going to be difficult with you, and boom, there you are. Right. So the trick is to get them to want to interact with you. Now, I don't recommend smoke and mirrors, and I don't recommend unsavory techniques, of which there are plenty of both, right? What I do recommend, however, is somehow be that person, right, that other people want to interact with. I bet if you've gone to retail establishments any number of times, if you're an adult, you've probably gone to retail establishments thousands of times, right? And every now and then, right, I bet you really enjoy the experience. You enjoy the interaction with the salesperson or whoever's assisting you, and you enjoyed the environment and the experience, and you actually left like feeling good, having gotten what you wanted, getting your questions answered, and just overall having a good, positive experience with the whole thing, right? So there's the trick, right? How do you create an environment internally where you are and externally where you're working, where people come in and actually have a great experience, right? Notice there's no smoke and mirrors, there's no manipulation, there's no, Vulcan mind meld or neuro-linguistic programming, none of that, right? We're just straight up, hey, how could we have this experience be awesome for our customers, right? So the next thing is you could ask yourself a very simple question, right? As I look back in my memory about those experiences that were pretty terrific, right? What were the qualities about that experience that made it pretty terrific? Maybe the person was conscious and they cared and they very attentively answered your questions. Maybe they asked you a couple of questions that you weren't expecting, and it kind of opened the whole thing up for you, whatever you were dealing with, whatever you came into the store for, the retail establishment. You know, you had a sense that they really cared. You had a sense that they're really trying to assist you. You had a sense that that taking care of you is the most important thing on their mind right now. Okay, something like that. Just look and see for yourself. I'm not giving you the right answers. I'm just prompting you to look in your memory and look at the right things, right? How were they being with you, and what was the quality of the experience? What was the quality of that relationship for the few moments that you had that relationship, right? So once you have some answers, like they really cared, they were attentive, they knew what they were talking about, they seemed to really have a genuine interest in me and my welfare, right? Guess what? You can do that. You can model that. You can be interested in people. You can care. You can train yourself to be the real deal. You can train yourself to be full of relevant information and knowledge for the people who are coming in. You can train yourself to hear what people are dealing with, what their experience is, what they really want, what they're asking you for, and actually give them what they want, right? But it takes, interrupting the sort of norm, which is cranky customer, add pushy salesperson, they do a dance and then they break, right? Try something completely different. Try being the highest resonating, most integrous, caring human being you can conjure up, right? And go engage with another human being and make sure they get what they want, make sure they're satisfied with the experience, and just be your highest self. Notice the qualities that you really appreciated when you appreciated that sales experience, and bring that, right? So notice what you want, notice what people like, right? What you like and what you want is the clue. Notice what people like, notice what people resonate with. People want to be cared for, listened to, taken care of, like that, and just, be the real deal, right? Just provide that. And so the answer to the question was, what is retail sales training? Retail sales training would be sales training that would help you master those specific qualities. Okay, awesome. And if you would like to find out more about my sales training, I have some free training available for you at contributionselling.com. I'll provide the website in the description, and I would love to hear from you. Hope you're doing really great. Bye bye.